ready, cause showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Karel is the one that you need to know. Now it's showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Las Vegas proudly presents the Karel cast, coming to you live.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unhinged. It's the Karel cast. Listen daily on your favorite streaming service.
It is the Karel cast. I am Karel, so very glad you are joining me on this Tuesday, November 18th, honey. Oh, the month is flying by like a flock of birds on their way migrating north. All right, honey, I got my hot cocoa, because there are some things in life I will not give up, and on a rainy day or any day, it's 2 scoops of dark cacao powder, 1 teaspoon of matcha, 8 ounces of homemade oat milk, and today, half a tablespoon of sugar. I don't always do the sugar, but so good I want to slap somebody. I would say I want to slap my mama, but not only is she dead, but if I slapped her, she'd smack me back. Well, are they released yet? Have they released the Kraken? Release the Kraken! The Epstein files is what the world's talking about. This morning I woke up and the BBC. Hello, we're here at the BBC. And they were covering the victims out there talking in front of the Congress. And, America should not protect predators. They should protect. First of all, if y'all believe that these files are going to be complete in their release, because if Donald J. Trump is in them as much as we all know he's in them, because he a dog. So he's going to be either redacted, like his penis, or they're just not going to release the parts with him in it. I mean, really, why else would he do this pivot? Like, oh yeah, go ahead and release them, because I've already scrubbed them clean. Have they released him yet? I don't know. I do not know. Why not check? I'll check. Let's check the news right now, because they're voting on it. And then, the Senate's got to vote. And it takes a while to get all those old people up in there. Saudi Crown Prince says they will invest $1 trillion in the U.S. Yeah, right. These people, they talk a good talk, but when it comes time to show me the money, they don't. They're like, what? I never said that. Oh, did I say that? I was mistaken. I didn't mean $1 trillion. I meant $1 trillion drachma. Whatever. So I have not seen, but, Trump is so busy with everybody else around the world. He is the Lisa Stansfield of presidents. Been around the world, I can't find my purpose. I don't know where, I don't know why, because I've got dementia. Yeah, he is the Lisa Stansfield. Oh, Randy Rainbow, you can copy me if you like. He really is. He's so busy with everybody else. Oh, I got to talk to Benjamin Netanyahu. I got to talk to the Saudi Crown Prince. I got to talk. Dude, have you seen the price of a cantaloupe? Cantaloupe tonight. Dad's got the car. Truly, I just went to the market. $20. And what did I buy? Bananas, strawberries, spinach, a bag of salad, which is bad. Should I bring it back? It's $3 for this bag of salad. I opened it up. It's bad. And that's what I went there for. Salad. I wanted a salad with my lunch because I have a Grammy meeting this afternoon. And, so I'm like, I need a salad. So I walked into Cardenas after our 4.5 mile walk. And child, the prices, even at the Mexican market, and it ain't pesos. I'm like, damn, I'm in the Mexican market. How many US dollars are these strawberries? 5. I thought those were pesos, honey. I didn't realize. So he's busy with the Saudi Crown Prince getting gifts. Didn't like Switzerland or someone give him a gold bar and a clock and suddenly their tariffs went poof. Just like my love life. Poof. That's just, We are corrupt. Corrupt. We're rotten from the core, honey. He's the core. So they're going to release the files, but I don't believe for a minute it's going to be the complete files. And if he's in it, redacted, get out your somebody, could you imagine? Some congressional intern has spent the last 5 days with a marker, just marking out Donald J. Trump, Donald J. Trump, Donald J. Trump, Donald J. Trump. Just marking them out. Because he ain't going to let us know what a dog he is. But we do already. And thus, the purpose of the show today. Good afternoon to James Schnabel in the chat room and Colonel Angus. Everyone else at youtube.com/really Karel. That's youtube.com/really Karel. When we come back, nothing really matters when it's got the files. Epstein doesn't matter.
If you're not visiting reallykarel.com daily, you're missing out. Get the podcast, videos, and the blog, including recipes at reallykarel.com. That's really KAREL.com.
Showtime is here, no time to fear. Karel is so near because showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Karel is the one that you need to know.
Epstein doesn't matter. Anyone can see. Epstein doesn't matter to you and me, even though he did blow Trump. What a mood I'm in. I'm in a mood. And why am I in this mood, you ask? Karel, darling, why are you in this mood, my dear? Well, I'll tell you. You nosy bitches. I'm in this mood because it doesn't matter. MAGA is not going to care if it says that Donald Trump was screwing 15-year-olds while wearing clown makeup, standing on his head in a rainstorm. It ain't gonna matter. I would say they're brainwashed, but if there was a brain, it got washed away, just right out their ears. They don't care. They don't care that he's a sexual predator. We already knew he was a sexual predator. What new information? Why is it in Washington, D.C., you got to be caught with a live boy or a dead girl before they actually care about what you're doing in political office? I mean, it's not like we would have to look very far for impeachable offenses or for crimes or for reasons that he shouldn't occupy the Oval. The redesign alone would be reason to kick his ass out. So what magic in these files do Democrats think are going to just change everybody's opinion of Donald J. Trump? Ain't gonna change crap. If you don't like him, you already know he's a sexual predator, a dog, a hoe. You already know. You already know that it would not be beneath him to get on top of a 15-year-old. You already know this. What, you need confirmation? You need a photo? You need some sort of email from Jeffrey Epstein to God knows who? I don't. He hung out with Jeffrey Epstein. They were friends. Jeffrey Epstein is the premier sex trafficker of our time. He's been dead 2 years. We're still talking about him. Now that's a sex trafficker. And so what are we going to learn? Stuff that I don't want to know. I don't want to know how many positions Donald Trump had underage sex in. I don't care. That is not why I want that man out of office. I want him out of office because he is an inept president, because he has raised tariffs on countries and thus made it harder for us to live day to day, because he incited treason and a riot on January 6th, because he is a convicted felon and sexual predator, because he has the IQ of a turd. I have a lot of reasons I don't want that man in the Oval Office. I could care less if he's screwing underage girls because I already know he's vile. And these wouldn't be the first. And I don't need to prove a connection to Jeffrey Epstein. How many photos of them together partying and dancing to Rhythm as a Dancer? How many of these do you need? How many? Anyone out there that is not convinced that Donald Trump is a sexual predator who knew, hung out with, associated, and lapped at the feet of Jeffrey Epstein, Raise your hands. So what is this going to change? Meanwhile, he's up in the Oval Office doing God knows what with the Saudi, reaching up under his Saudi robe or something, because he's prone to do that, grabbing the Saudi by the big uncut you-know-what. Really, what is he doing with this Saudi? Why is that Saudi crown prince in my White House? Why is the leader of a country with abhorrent civil rights, women's rights, gay rights, one that will retaliate against us if need be, with oil prices and embargoes? Why is the prince of a country that killed journalists, the prince of a country that caused the Iraq war because the Sunni and the Shia couldn't get along? Why is that man sitting in the Oval Office? There's a better question for today. Not are we going to release the Epstein files, but what the hell is Trump and a Saudi prince doing up in the Oval Office? Good God almighty. Good googly moogly. The former president of Harvard asked Epstein for dating advice. Well, I guess that proves you don't have to be a smart guy to be the president of Harvard. The Trumple Bubba affair wasn't on my bingo card. Bubba is not Bill Clinton. The brother of Jeffrey Epstein released information saying that the Bubba referenced is not Bill Clinton. Donald Trump was not down there blowing Bill Clinton. As fun as that would be to, if it were real. Because Bill Clinton has better taste than that. Look, Monica Lewinsky may have been a little hefty, but the girl was cute. Okay? I don't know about the dress. I didn't really see the dress. But, the girl was cute. She was cute. And almost everyone that's come forward, Jennifer Flowers, all those people that said that Bill Clinton slept with them, they were cute. So he wouldn't let Donald Trump do him. But I'm going to give you some riveting breaking news. Are you ready? I'm going to tell you right now something. I want y'all to sit down. If you're driving, pull over. I don't want you to take this news and then just crash into a wall. Are you ready? Rich, powerful men often sleep with young girls and boys. I know, right? Who would have thought? Just groundbreaking stuff, right? The Pope, in order to guard the Pope and be in the Swiss Guards, you got to be under 30, single, blonde, and male. Julius Caesar, had a 12-year-old boy. Alexander the Great's lover was his lover from the time he was 14 on. When he died, Alexander closed himself up for a year. Do we need to go down the line of all the great leaders through history or not so great leaders through history, kings and the like, who slept with underage girls or boys? Adolf Hitler did it. Do they do it? That's what they do. Because they're creeps. They're just creeps. They're vile. Rich white men in particular are gross. Most of them, about 80%. And yeah, in order to show their power and show how above the law they are, guess what? They break it. And one of the ways they break it is sexually, because for some reason, old white guys find young girls or boys attractive. I don't understand that. I'm 63, and I feel badly because I find David Archuleta sexy now. I know, isn't that weird? I never thought I would. But I find him sexy now. I do. And he's 33. And I feel bad. There's this guy I follow on Instagram, baby stacks or something. He's 20. He is so, I can't even tell you. And his voice is deep and he's blonde and blue-eyed. He is the sexiest 20-year-old. I barely watch his Instagrams because he's 20. And I know that's legal, but no, it ain't. He can't even order a drink yet. So no. Trust me, in my 40s, I dated someone who was 19. Would not do it again. Thought he was 25. But, so what is it? That's one of the things rich, mainly white guys do. And maybe women, I don't know. Maybe rich women sleep with, well, yeah, they do. Not underage, but certainly Madonna and Cher, they plucked from the low end, age range. So I don't know what it is. Maybe when you get a certain number in your bank account, you just want young. I don't know. I'm poor. I'm happy with someone in their 40s, and even they seem young. So what are these files? I really want your comments on this. Why do you think it is so frickin' important to release these files that the entire world's press, BBC, France 24, all of them, that's all they're reporting on? Epstein. You know, Florida has a whorehouse in it. His name was Jeffrey Epstein's place. You know, I mean, why do you think it's so important? What are we going to find out that we don't already know about Donald Trump? As for the others, I don't care. Prosecute them, throw them in jail. I don't care. And I know there's going to be lots of others, but I don't really care about them. What don't we know about Donald Trump that we're suddenly going to find out in these files? Please, as we're sitting here waiting for the vote, like we are waiting for them to pass something to make groceries free, you know, tell me what it is you think we're going to find out. What is so frickin' important about these Epstein files? And I'm not trying to downplay the victims or any of that. Release them. That's fine. But to take up so much governmental time and capital on this while there are real things going on behind the scenes. Real things. We've got most of the cabinet living on military bases. We are preparing for war in Venezuela, of all places. Why? Why would we even care about Venezuela? I could give two rats' asses about Venezuela. I'd have to go catch the rats first and ask them if they wouldn't mind parting with their asses. But you know what I'm saying. I mean, why? Most of you can't point to Venezuela on a map. I'm looking at it right now on my large map over here. But most of you can't even, so why? Why? Anybody? Epstein was part of the elite. Protecting him protects them. Yeah, but the elite don't affect the price of my groceries or the price of my gas bill or the price of my mortgage or the interest rate I'm paying on my credit cards. The only thing I care about right now is surviving and thriving in the USA. And I don't care who the elite are screwing so long as it's not me or you. So again, I want you to tell me, what do you think we're going to find in these Epstein files? What do you think? Do you think there's going to be shocking revelations? Because I only care about Trump. All the other rich people in there, they should have already been Dershowitz, all of them. Throw their asses in jail. Every one of them. Prince William well, he's not a prince anymore. Andrew Mountabaden, whatever. If you're dorking 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, bye, Felicia, off to jail, well, you'll be very popular. I need something to get rid of Donald Trump. Something that will make his base turn on him. Something that will sour the Republicans on him so they'll stop being in lockstep with him so we can actually get something done in government. What do you think that's going to be in those files? Really? I mean, we already had the one file from Russia where, people were peeing on him. Yeah, I mean, it's like this guy is a perv. We know he's a perv. He once told a 10-year-old, I'll be dating you in 10 years when you're 20. He said that out loud. Who looks at a 10-year-old and says, you'll be hot in 10 years. I'll be dating you then. I mean, who does that? I'll tell you who. A perv. That's who. So what's going to be in the files that we don't know? If y'all are waiting for other names, then that's fine, but that's not something that deserves all this attention. Why do you think he was fighting so hard to get them not released and then suddenly changed his mind? I would love to hear your comments on that. Why do you think he just, boom, flipped like fast in one day? He was having meetings, don't release them. He was fighting with Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling her a traitor and everything. And then suddenly it's like, oh no, release him. I'll sign the bill. What happened? Did Kash Patel call him and say, we'll scrub the files before we release them? Because do you think they wouldn't do that? I believe they would make up Democratic names to put in the files. I don't trust the release of the files. I don't. These people are criminals. This is like asking a known racketeer for their tax returns. Oh, yeah, they'll be open. They'll be honest. They'll be up and up. Wait, we did ask a known racketeer for his tax returns. His name was Donald Trump. And as far as I know, we've never seen those. So I don't understand what the Epstein files have to do with the governing of the nation. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but what do they have to do with interest rates, with affordability, with the price of the houses, with climate change, with, the COP30 event that's going on right now? What does this have to do with any of that? And more importantly, how does it affect your life directly? In the comments, please tell me how all of this hoopla over the Epstein files directly affects your life. Because that's all I'm concerned about with government. Things that directly affect my life. The Epstein files do not. Unless they reveal Trump to be the criminal pervert that we know he is. But I ain't gonna let that out. So again, what are you hoping to learn? Comments below. Comment. Do it now. Now.
Patreon is the way to show you care. Subscribe today if you dare. Keep the show on there. Patreon is the way. Now it's showtime.
Fracturing MAGA. James Schnabel says the importance of the Epstein files are to fraction MAGA. Can you believe that the only way to get this political movement to turn on their leader isn't to hurt trans kids, isn't to hurt gay people, isn't to control a woman's body, isn't raising prices at the grocery store and every other store through tariffs, isn't getting us into another war like in Venezuela, isn't not getting us out of wars like Ukraine, but it's Epstein. That's what could fracture MAGA? George, I'm getting a sick headache. Oh, Bewitched. How I loved Bewitched. Turned into Mrs. Kravitz. I just got to veer off the topic here. A friend of mine, Sherry from the park, when I told her about the wreck that I told you guys about yesterday where the cop actually pulled into traffic, like just pulled right into oncoming traffic. Just pulled out of a thing with traffic coming this way and she asked me, why is it you're always on scene for all of these events? You saw this car wreck and went over and helped. You found the dead guy. She goes, in the 8 years I've been knowing you at the park, you've been involved in or seen firsthand so many things. And I said, oh, girl, that's not, that ain't the first dead body I found. First dead body I ever found was on Laguna Canyon Road at 22 years old in Orange County on our way home from the Boom Boom Room. It was a motorcyclist who had missed the corner, and he was lying in the shoulder of the road with his foot across the line where people had hit his foot, and it was completely twisted around. We saw a guy laying on the side of the road with his you-know-what out. His junk was showing. So, of course, Stella and I stopped. Went back and touched him. He was dead. And we didn't see a car or anything, and it was 2 a.m, so we didn't know, why is this dead guy? Was he thrown out of a car or what? Called the police. They came and handcuffed me because I had a dent on the hood of my car, which was from a homophobe throwing a trash can at me. And they thought I had hit this guy. I said, no, we just found him. We're the only ones to have stopped. This is before a cell phone. Stella had to go hoof it to a phone while I stayed with the body. That was the first dead body I ever found. Then there was the guy that got hit by all the cars on Beach Boulevard that Andrew and I saw his foot sticking out of a thing and, all of that. And yeah, no, I've been on scene in my lifetime of so many big events, not just dead bodies, but news events or horrific crashes or just various things. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I've seen more than my share of all kinds of, and I started thinking, I go, why is that? Most people haven't seen all the things I've seen. I don't know why that is. Anyway, what are they saying in the chat room? Why is Ukraine wrapping up so the military-industrial complex needs a new job? Amen. There's a movie called Extreme Prejudice with Nick Nolte and Rip Torn. I've seen it. One of my favorite lines in the movie is, crap, Jack, the only thing worse than a politician is a child molester. What if they're both? Kill two birds with one stone. Look, if Epstein from the grave can take down MAGA, then God bless you, Jeffrey Epstein. You know, he was kind of cute. I mean, I'm just going to say it. He was kind of attractive, Jeffrey Epstein. He had money. He was cute, had pretty salt and pepper hair. I would have probably done him, but not when I was 16. Well, let me take that back. I have to tell you, when I was a 16-year-old gay boy, I was sleeping with 30-year-olds. I was at Granada Lot in Long Beach. Yep. Be down there on the weekends. There's a spot you would wait. Cars would drive through and you'd hop in. Oh, I know. Could have been killed by a serial killer. But they weren't 16 years old. They were in their 20s or 30s. And yes, there was this one, red hair, beard. He would come through every weekend and I'd hop in his car. And he was like 38 and I was 16. Should I have? Probably not. Should he have? Definitely not. But it happened. Of course, that was consensual. I wasn't being trafficked. No one was making any money off of it, although he did buy me, lunch sometimes, whatever. But, when I was 16, I did sleep with men who were over the age of 18. Probably not a good thing to tell you, but I did. Were they child molesters? I don't know. I was grown. I was, 16. I was me. See, I don't know. Maybe I have a warped view on it. So, but just if Epstein can do this from beyond the grave, great. Because he wanted to take Trump down. It's obvious from the emails he was waiting to take Trump down. So will we see the information that he had that he was going to take Trump down with? I doubt it. If you're the president of the United States and you know that in these documents are things that could take you down, would you let those pages be released? How are we going to know if they've released all the files or not? I mean, really? How are we going to know if the parts that, indict Trump aren't already shredded? We're not. And that's my point. I'm like, if you think he's going to let this stuff out that incriminates him, you're just naive. He's a criminal. So, yeah. Yes. So, all right. Don't mean to rant and rave about it. I'm so sick of hearing about the Epstein files. Oh, where have those files gone? Oh, where can they be? Donald Trump is in them. But is he? Isn't it going to be a major disappointment if they release like 500,000 pages of documents and someone runs them all through ChatGPT, which is what someone will do, and say, find me every passage about Donald Trump, and it comes up with nothing? What then? What are the Democrats going to do then? Oh, well, I'm more interested in, I don't know, climate change that has caused an atmospheric river that pretty much sank Southern California and Northern California. Literally, Long Beach is like underwater. San Francisco, it's still raining here in Vegas. It hasn't rained this much, it said, in over 30 years. It's climate change. Are we doing anything about it? No. We're too busy looking at the Epstein files. Inflation. We doing anything about it? No. Medicare premiums going up. Anybody care? No. ACA, affordable health care, out the window. The Epstein files. They're almost like Hillary's emails. But the files.
It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Karel Cast on your favorite streaming service.
showtime is here, no time to fear. Karel is so near because showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Karel is the one that you need to know. Now it's showtime.
In part 2 of the Karel cast, we'll dive deeply into why Jeffrey Epstein matters in today's pop lexicon and what it means to you as an American. Don't go anywhere.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unhinged. It's the Karel cast. Listen daily on your favorite streaming service.
Well, welcome back to part 2 of the Karel cast on this day where the House will vote to release the Epstein files. The vote will go to the Senate. It'll pass. Trump will sign it. And then we'll get the files and he won't be in it. And it'll all be much ado about nothing. And then what? We'll have to go back to actually, like caring about the country. Thanksgiving's in 9 days. How many of you feel thankful? Now, I do. I have a home. I can make a choice about what I do, and I will have food on Thanksgiving, so I feel like really lucky. And I have a lot to be thankful for. Each and every one of you, my little girl right here by me, all of my labs coming back normal except for the LDL cholesterol. Now Thursday I see a pulmonologist because my oxygen in my sleep, my oxygen goes down to 91, 92, 93. They believe that's sleep apnea. It was going to 85, 86, 81 in my sleep, which is dangerous. And then they gave me this dental appliance that I had to have custom made. And now it goes up. If you have sleep apnea, you don't necessarily have to have a CPAP unless you have serious sleep apnea. So now it's staying in the 90s, which they're happy with. I saw the sleep apnea dentist guy yesterday, and he said, oh, that's great. It's staying above 91. Yay. I'm like, well, that's still too low. But he said, well, it's better than 88 and 87. 80. I'm all, well, okay, yeah, it is. So I'm seeing a pulmonologist because sometimes during the day, it drops down to 93, 92, and it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to stay above 95. And given that I exercise as much as I do and I got my big old voice, it shouldn't be doing that. So I'm a little scared. I am scared because I don't know why it would be dipping. Now, there are a bunch of benign reasons that it could be doing it. It could just be positional. It could be because I'm going so low at night that my body is learning to adapt. It could be that I have high hemoglobin, 17.8 and 17.5 is the top. So I'm a little bit out of range of hemoglobin, and those meters, they use your hemoglobin. That's how they test your pulse oxygen, how much oxygen is holding on to the hemoglobin. So there's a lot of reasons. Plus, home meters can be anywhere from 3 to 5% inaccurate. So, between my hemoglobin and it being a home meter, I mean, I could actually have pretty okay oxygen. We don't know. But they want me to see a pulmonologist to figure out why during the day. And I'm scared. Diane Ladd just died of a weird lung thing where it doesn't oxygenate the blood. And I'm like, oh, maybe I have Diane Ladd's illness because my medical anxiety. So I'm nervous about Thursday. They'll probably order a pulmonary function test. And if they do, and which is 4 different tests, and I pass them all, then I won't be so worried. So I'm worried. But a week from then is Thanksgiving. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm going to call Steve today and say, look, I'm just going to make reservations at a vegan restaurant and you can come or not come or whatever. I'd like to travel, go see my sister. What about you? Have you even thought about the holidays? We're so busy with the Epstein files and this and that. Hello, Thanksgiving, is a week from Thursday, Charlie Brown. And then Christmas is 4 weeks after that. They already got all the people putting up trees already. I'm like, really? Trees already? It ain't even Black Friday. But they putting them up. So are you ready? Are you planning on celebrating? My sister went and bought food for Thanksgiving. She said it was $180. And he's trying to say that it's cheaper this year. I said, well, he's an asshole. The he being Donald Trump. Thanksgiving turkeys. Oh my God. I was in the store the other day and I saw a turkey. It was like $30 for a dead bird. I'm like, are you crazy? But even vegan stuff. The vegan turkey loaf that they sell, it's stuffed with stuffing and it's vegan. It's seitan, basically. $28. And it's like a pound and a half. I'm all, seitan is just vital wheat gluten. What the hell? So are you planning a dinner? Are you going to relatives' house? Are you eating alone? What are you doing? What are you doing Thanksgiving? I'd love for you to put it in the comments. Let me know. What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Probably going to either just go to lunch with Steve or I want to go see my sister in Cottonwood, Arizona. They ain't got one vegan restaurant there, so I'd be eating pine nuts. I don't mind eating nuts, but pine nuts, which are delicious, by the way, pine nuts. But you know what I'm saying. I would like good food on Thanksgiving. As a vegan, I ain't going to find that.
If you're not visiting reallykarel.com daily, you're missing out. Get the podcast videos and the blog, including recipes, at reallykarel.com. That's really KAREL.com.
Showtime is here, no time to fear. Karel is so near because showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Karel is the one that you need to know.
Oh yeah, weather. In the chat room, Darren was talking about how they're waiting to decide about Thanksgiving because of weather. Plus, I'm not sure that air traffic and it's all that returned to normal yet. I'm just not sure. So I don't know. I would like to go see my sister. I would. And I could always buy a vegan meal on Wednesday, put it in a nice chest, and then drive out to her. And then Thursday, bring my own vegan, lunch. Because I do. But how many of you do Thanksgiving early? This whole Thanksgiving at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. What the hell is wrong with you? Thanksgiving should be no later than 1 in the afternoon. Period. 1 o'clock. That's when you should serve Thanksgiving. Then that gives you an hour and a half, 2 hours to have the meal. And then it's 3 o'clock. People can go watch a game or they can help clean or whatever. Around 5:30, you have dessert. That's it. You're done. These people that have Thanksgiving at 5 or 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night, what the hell are you doing eating all that food at that hour? Honey, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock if you're waiting for guests, but 1 o'clock. Appetizers should be out at 11. I'm telling you. Oh, it drives Steve crazy how regimented I am about time when it comes to holidays. Because I am. It's like appetizers out at 11. Soup at 12:30. Lunch at 1. Because when I cook Thanksgiving, I always do a soup first, usually corn chowder. Vegan, of course. And then I do that first, or pumpkin soup or butternut squash soup. 12:30. And then at 1 o'clock, the meal, honey. And then you're done by 2:30. And then dessert around 4:30. And then you're done. Send everybody home. Get them out. 6 o'clock at night. Bye. Out, go. Got things to do. Got dogs to feed and walks to happen and all of that. These people that do Thanksgiving late in the day. What kind of crack are you on? Thanksgiving crack. Please. 1 o'clock. What time do y'all do Thanksgiving? I know you're like, Karel, that's too early. No, it is not. And if you're cooking a dead bird, then just put it in earlier. Ick. No one really likes turkey anyway. I don't even know why we serve turkey on Thanksgiving. The founders, the Pilgrims, the whatever, Plymouth Rock, they didn't have turkeys. They might have had a wild turkey, but that's not what they served at their Thanksgiving. So Butterball has sort of, through marketing, made, Thanksgivings about turkey or ham. Some people have ham on Thanksgiving. Then they do prime rib on Christmas. Ick. Nothing says a holiday. Nothing says I'm thankful for all of the bounty like killing something. And then for Christmas, nothing says, peace on earth like slaughtering a cow. No. So 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. That's when you do Thanksgiving. I don't care what anybody says. 1 o'clock. You can bet a week from Thursday, no matter what I do for Thanksgiving, I'll be doing it at 1 o'clock. That's the way that is. All right. Is there anything in the news that we should talk about that is not the Epstein files? Anything at all? Let's see. Epstein survivors speak out. Yes, I saw them speak out on the BBC. They spoke out. They're all victims. It's all terrible. What happened to them was wrong. But everybody's been looking the other way for a decade. I mean, ain't none of this new. Epstein didn't just set up shop and do it all within a week or two. This has been going on for years. No one seemed to care. Now everybody's about Epstein. Epstein dead. And that Ghislaine or Ghislaine or Jism, whatever her name is, Jism Maxwell, that should be her name. So Miss Jism Maxwell, you know, she should be in shackles. Instead, she's got a service dog. She's got unlimited toilet paper. My friend Steve said, why is unlimited toilet paper such a big thing? They've reported on it. I said, because she's a woman. And he goes, well, what do you mean? And I go, she wipes after she pees. He goes, oh, I forgot about that. I'm all, yeah, as a man, you don't realize how important toilet paper is to a woman. So, yeah, no, you know. House is taking up the Epstein vote. White House plans to release health bill and backs reconciliation. Yeah, they wouldn't know the meaning of that word, to actually reconcile with each other. So what else is in the news that we could actually care about? Trump administration launches plan to dismantle education department. Oh, God. Because they don't value education, because they don't value diversity, equity, inclusion, because, and see, why isn't that what everyone's talking about? Dismantling the Department of Education. Why isn't that above the Epstein files? It matters more. Oh, well, you know, yeah. It matters more. But nay. Warner Brothers bids are due this week. Someone's buying Warner Brothers. Let's all buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Buy me a network. I'd love it. Want to keep your brain from aging? Try a cognitive workout. Whatever. The more I age now, the more I realize this shit's just going to happen. Okay? L.A. Sheriff's Department investigating new sexual assault allegations against Diddy. Why? He is already in jail. He is already a predator. We know he's horrible. It's like, where were these people when the trial was going on? Lord. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Cynthia Erivo, I love her. I just love her. Doctor warning about lesser discussed Mounjaro side effects. Yes, because if you inject yourself with these GLP-1s, you're going to get side effects. I mean, come on. What else is going on in the world? Not much else. CDC links measles outbreaks in multiple states for the first time. You think someone's like the Johnny Appleseed of measles out there just traveling state to state giving them measles? Yes, that's exactly what's happening. SNAP is back, and I don't mean the group with my friend Thea, but millions of Americans could lose benefits due to new restrictions. Isn't that wonderful? Why aren't we talking about that? That's more important than the Epstein files. Millions of Americans losing their SNAP benefits so they won't be able to eat. Trump says America's in a golden age. Oh, he did. Oh, yes. He said we're in a golden age and that we are lucky. He said out loud today that we are damn lucky he's our president right now. Do you feel damn lucky? Any of you feeling damn lucky? Because Trump said we should feel damn lucky that he's our president. Do any of you feel damn lucky? I'm just curious. I mean, really? Did any of you feeling damn lucky? I ain't feeling damn lucky. Not feeling it. Keto diet associated with heart attack, stroke, colorectal cancer. Take your pick. Hidden dangers in your protein powder. Yes. Particularly plant-based protein powders. They have a lot of lead. More than the state of California allows. And, you know, is it going to kill you? Probably not. Probably not. But it's not good for you. So, you know, I've been trying to get away from them. I have. I used to use protein powder every day. And now I'm just trying to not. How to defund Planned Parenthood. See, why isn't that in the news? Marburg virus in Ethiopia. Yeah, it could spread to us too. Why isn't that in the news? Life expectancy in this U.S. state is 4 years lower than the national average, which is only like 76 or 75 or something like that. The national average. I mean, we're dropping dead early these days, children. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. What's going on? Why are all these messages retracted in the chat room? Can someone tell me? What are you guys typing in there that they're retracting the messages? I'd like to know. Okay. Yeah, Thanksgiving. What are y'all doing? I'm really curious. It's in 9 days. Do you have plans? Have you bought your travel tickets? Do you know where you're going to be eating? Have you bought the food yet? Can you afford the food? Yams are like $1 each. $1 to $1.50 each for a yam. Which is not a sweet potato, by the way. They are different. Have you seen the price of cranberries? Have you seen the price? I mean, it's all just a lot for one meal. People be spending like $300-$400 for one meal. Again, I might just go to Crossroads Kitchen, but it is like $119. But that's if I tried to buy all the stuff to have a vegan Thanksgiving at home, that would, by the time I made pies and the vegan roll, and of course I could make my own vegan roll. I have done that before. I just make the seitan, I stuff it with mashed potatoes and stuffing and vegan cheese and then bake it, and it's delicious. But I don't want to do all that for one person or for two people. I do it for 4 people or 6 or 8. But when it's just 2 people, what about y'all? If it's just you or you and someone else, I mean, going out to eat is the hot tip. I know that we are depriving the servers of their Thanksgiving, and I hate that. But if you're just one person, so I'm watching this TV show last night. The movie Black Phone, because I want to see Black Phone 2. So I watched the first one again with Ethan Hawke. It's a great slasher film, and it's set in the late 70s or early 80s. And the kid went to the freezer and he opened up the freezer. And there were the tinfoil Swanson frozen dinners in the freezer. You know, the kind that had the 4 compartments, the one big compartment, and then the 3 on the top. The middle was the dessert, and then the side was a vegetable, and the left side was like a potato or a macaroni. Remember those? Child, we have been so poor before, my parents and I, that they bought 4 turkey Swanson TV dinners for $1, because they used to be $0.25 each, and took the stuff out, and that was Thanksgiving dinner. And we were damn glad to have it. I used to eat those. How many of you used to eat those Swansons in the tinfoil? How many? Yeah, ain't no shame in it. What about 10 or 25 cent pot pies from Swanson? Turkey pot pie. When I was young, 19, 20, 21, Thanksgiving would roll around, and I'd go buy a turkey pot pie. And then later I'd buy a Marie Callender one because they were fancy. Oh, yes. I've had turkey pot pie on Thanksgiving. I've had Swanson TV dinners on Thanksgiving, and we're happy to have it. But remember those? Remember the Swanson TV dinners? I do. What was my favorite dessert? The rhubarb. The rhubarb that it was like rhubarb cobbler. So good. And don't think I wouldn't eat those things. Like, I'd eat the cobbler and then the main dish, and often leave the vegetables and potatoes, which explained why I was a fat, out of shape young adult and child. But yes, the rhubarb. What else? What other desserts did they have? They had the apple pie. They had the rhubarb. What else did they have? Oh, the chocolate pudding. And I loved that it would get hot because we didn't have microwaves. They were tin. You couldn't put them in the microwave. You had to bake the Swanson TV dinners. And then they came out with Hungry Man. Remember those? Hungry Man? They were actually the portions that you should eat. The Swanson TV dinners were never enough food. But the Hungry Man. And how many of you would bake them, and then you'd be eating like the sliced turkey and gravy and stuffing, and you'd eat the turkey, which was warm, but you'd get to the gravy and it was still, or the stuffing, and it was still frozen. Oh, yes. Thanks for what you're kidding. What? I just want deviled eggs. Deviled eggs. Oh, yeah. I can make vegan deviled eggs, believe it or not. They sell vegan deviled eggs. They do. But I remember deviled eggs. My mother made them. Oh, she used to make them. And she'd put pickle relish in the yolk part. It was good. My mama made good deviled eggs. She'd sprinkle them with paprika. They were so tasty. What is your favorite Thanksgiving thing? Savory or sweet? For me, it was stuffing. And I make the best stuffing. Even vegan. I use the vegan sausage, nuts, cranberries, celery, onion. Oh, fresh toasted cornbread. Oh, yes. Stuffing is by far my favorite Thanksgiving thing. Followed by yams because they're sweet. So stuffing, yams, cranberry sauce because I make the best cranberry sauce. Sweet potatoes. What else? See, turkey was always my least favorite. When I would go get Thanksgiving meals and stuff, I'd get very little turkey, but I get lots of stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberries. Oh, and you put the cranberries on top of the stuffing or the mashed potatoes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Lord. Sweet Jesus. So what's your all's favorite? Swanson, green peas and mashed potato. Yes. Flanking a central turkey triangle. Good times. Amen, James Schnabel. Amen. I've had those very things, those very ones. I love the Swanson green peas, by the way. But they'd always be like a little shrunken, like a little kind of dehydrated, like not the freshest of peas, is what I'm trying to say. Well, we'll finish up when I come back. The show has flown by on the wings of angels. We'll be right back. Maybe I've got the Epstein files. I'll look. They could be in the closet.
Patreon is the way to show you care. Subscribe today if you dare. Keep the show on there. Patreon is the way. Now it's showtime.
These people today, they still sell those Swanson things. Now they're in cardboard. And the food is meh. And they're like $3 each. Some of them $4 and $5. The Hungry Man's are like $4.99. You're aware those used to be 50 cents, right? I mean, you know. And the pot pies. My friend said, I ate a pot pie for dinner. I said, how much did you pay for it? He said, $3.50. I said, for one pot pie. He said, yeah, it was the Marie Callender's. I said, how much were the regular pot pies? He said, they're still like 99 cents or $1.50 for like the little ones. And I'm like, those used to be 10 for $1. I can remember when pot pies were 10 for $1. I can. And I can remember when Swanson TV dinners were 4 for $1. They were a quarter each. I remember this. This is, in my lifetime. Not anymore, child. Not anymore. All right. I really do just want to say, I think it's important that we hold predators, sexual predators, that we punish them. I do. I'm not lying. I was going to say I'm lying. I'm not lying. I will say this. Pedophilia and people who want to sleep with people that are 15 and 16, that is a human sexuality. It has always happened. From the dawn of time, it's happened. And so there are people who find that exciting. And that is a sexuality like any other sexuality. Now, it's an abhorrent sexuality. It's one that none of us agree with, but it is a sexuality. And I don't condone it. I understand it. And what I mean by that is, whatever turns you on is what turns you on. I mean, there are people that get turned on by sleeping with corpses. That's disgusting and wrong, but necrophilia is a sexuality. Pedophilia is a sexuality. They're deviant sexualities, meaning they're not the norm and they're not socially accepted, but they are sexualities. Pedophilia is a sexuality. And sleeping with 15 and 16-year-old girls that are trafficked is a sexuality. It turns them on. They find it sexually alluring. So it's been going on forever, even though I don't like it. And if it were my kid, you'd be dead if you did it. But at the same time, it's like, it's not new. So I don't know what we're going to learn that's going to change our minds or MAGA's minds about Trump. Meanwhile, there were some pretty horrible headlines about healthcare, people being cut off a SNAP, wars that are still raging. We've got so many real problems, and Epstein's just not one of them. Now, if Trump's, well, what do we mean? See, even that statement, I was going to say, if Trump's a criminal, we know Trump is a criminal. We know he's a sexual predator. We know that he shouldn't be nowhere around kids over the age of 14. You should not let, him babysit your 15-year-old daughter. We know this. So it's salacious. And really, that's what it is. It's salacious. And humans like salacious details. We do. So we're all going to have a good look at these Epstein files, and whether he's in them or not, someone will be, and there'll be shocking revelations, and it'll dominate the news for the next week or two over the holidays. But the last thing I want to talk about on Thanksgiving or Christmas is who Epstein was supplying girls to. I mean, is that how you want to spend the holiday season, paying attention to that? I'd rather be doing year-end stuff. The best movies, the best TV shows, the best music. Was there any? David Archuleta has something. The other night I saw him and I thought, God, he's cute. And I thought, no, he's not. And he's only 30-something. He's not cute. He's only 30-something. But he is cute now. For some reason, I find him cute now. Like a little elf or something. Like, I don't know. He's little and he's grown facial hair, which he's struggling with. I never thought he was attractive at all. But now he's kind of becoming attractive. Like Ed Sheeran's kind of becoming attractive as he ages. I'm like, oh, he's turning into a handsome ginger. But again, like in his 30s, right? All right. Be sure you leave your comments down below as to what you think you're going to learn or why the Epstein files are important. I'd also like to see your comments down below about what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Are you traveling? Are you staying home? Are you cooking a big meal? Are you going out? I'm curious. So let's see. Okay? What else would I like you to comment about below? About how fabulous I am. Just let me read comment after comment about how stellar. Nah. I'd rather read about what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Or what you really think we're going to get from the Epstein files. Like, really. I think we're going to get redactions, missing pages. And I don't think that anything about Trump is even going to be in there. I think it's already been taken out. I truly do. I really think it's already going to be just taken out. I don't think we're going to, find out anything. By the way, the state that's dying 4 years younger, South Carolina. So if you live there, you're going early. Just thought I'd bring it up. Better have a will. Do y'all have a will? 50% of you don't have wills or trust. 50%. 100% of you going to die. But 50% of you don't have wills or trust. So if you're in South Carolina, you better start taking care of your business, honey. Because you're dying 4 years earlier than everybody else. Why? Because you're in South Carolina. That's why. Because you're in the South. You're in the Carolinas. You want to live longer? Move to Massachusetts. Move to California. You want to die early? Live in South Carolina. All right, James Schnabel, Darren, Kennedy, Babetta, the Colonel, John Slade, all of you who visited me in the chat room today, thank you at youtube.com/Willie Karel. Like and subscribe, please. And spread the word. Spread, and comment. The algorithm only picks up our videos if people comment. So please, help me please the algorithm. What a weird statement to have to make. Just hit me in the head. Help me please the algorithm. But you got to. You don't want an unsatisfied algorithm. So help me please the algorithm by leaving comments down below. I am Karel. You be who you want to be. So I'm not hurt anybody. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, November 19th at 10 a.m. So tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll be here. Until then, stay safe no matter where you are. And let me know down below your comments. Epstein files, Thanksgiving. Come on.
It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Karel Cast on your favorite streaming service.